Okay, let's cut through all the noise about AI. Today, we're going to turn that chaos into a really practical 5-day challenge that's going to get you skilled up and way ahead of the curve. It's a simple plan to take you from feeling anxious to actually taking action. So are you ready? Let's dive in.
You know that feeling? The constant fire hose of AI news making you feel like you're falling further and further behind? Hey, it's okay. You are definitely not alone on this one. The pace is it's intense, and it can feel totally impossible to know where to even begin.
But what if you could totally change that feeling in just 1 week? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do here. We've taken all the biggest trends and boiled them down into a simple day-by-day checklist designed to turn that anxiety into action and, most importantly, into real confidence.
All right, let's get into it. Day 1, Monday is all about making a choice, but maybe not the one you're thinking of. It's time to stop chasing the quote-unquote best model and start focusing on what is the right model for you.
So here's the first big trend you got to get. AI models are becoming commodities. The best way to think about it is like electricity, right? You don't ask who supplies the absolute best kilowatt hour, you just plug your stuff in and use it. AI is getting there, fast. The performance gap between models like Gemini, Claude, and ChatGPT, it's shrinking, and the costs are totally plummeted.
And that brings us to your Monday task. Stop obsessing over which model is technically number one on some leaderboard. It doesn't matter. Instead, look at your own digital life. I mean, if you live and breathe in Google Workspace, using Gemini is a no-brainer because it's already integrated with your email and docs. The whole game has shifted from raw power to practical, real-world integration. Just pick one and commit to it for the week. That's it.
Okay, on to Tuesday. Now that you've got your tool, the real power comes from how you use it. And this means you've got to shift your thinking from just asking one-off questions to building repeatable, reliable processes.
Look, you hear all this crazy hype about autonomous agents, AI that can just operate completely on its own, but as AI expert Andre Karpathy points out here, we're all getting a little ahead of ourselves. Fully autonomous AI is probably a decade away. The real value, the stuff you can use right now, is in a much simpler concept, AI workflows.
And the impact is already massive. These aren't theories. This is happening today. Companies are redesigning their day-to-day processes with AI in the loop, and it's leading to these huge efficiency gains. A pharma company cut their prep time by 60%. A bank cut human hours in half. This is where the opportunity is.
So for your Tuesday task, I want you to become a workflow designer. Just pick one of your regular tasks, a weekly sales report, a project update, whatever. Map out every single step. Now, which parts are just, pulling data or summarizing text? Let the AI handle all that predictable stuff. That frees you up to provide the strategic insight and the final judgment calls.
Welcome to Wednesday. We're halfway through, and now it's time to get a little ambitious. Today is all about using AI to completely smash through the barriers that have always separated the technical and the non-technical folks at work.
Get a load of this number from an OpenAI report. It's just staggering, 75%. 3/4 of business users are using AI to do tasks they literally could not do on their own before. This isn't just about doing old stuff faster. It's about unlocking entirely new superpowers.
What this really means is that AI is the great equalizer. Let's say you're a marketer who deeply understands your customers, but you couldn't write a line of code to save your life. Well, that technical barrier, it's gone. Poof. You can now use your expertise without having to wait for a specialist. This is seriously one of the biggest opportunities of your entire career.
So your challenge for Wednesday is to try one of those impossible tasks. Think of something you'd normally have to bug an analyst for: cleaning up a messy spreadsheet, creating a custom dashboard, automating a report. Just try doing it yourself with your AI tool. I promise you, you will be absolutely blown away by what you can now do all by yourself.
Okay, it is Thursday. So far this week, we've really focused on what you can do with AI. Today, we're going to flip the script a little bit and focus on what you need to give the AI to make it truly personally useful for you.
For the longest time, it was all about prompt engineering, finding the magic words to get the right answer. Well, that's becoming way less important. The new game is all about context. Here's the analogy. AI is like a brilliant intern who knows absolutely nothing about your company. You can give them perfect instructions, but if they can't access the company files, they're going to fail. Context is the files. So, your task for Thursday is a bit of digital housekeeping. But trust me, it's absolutely critical. First, get your files in order. Use clear, logical names that an AI could actually understand. Second, if your work life is spread out all over Notion, Google Drive, and Dropbox, it's time to consolidate. And AI can't help you prep for a client meeting if your notes are in one app and their sales history is in another. Context is the new king.
We made it to Friday. Awesome. Today, we're going to zoom out, because to really stay ahead, you need to understand the bigger forces that are shaping the future of AI. It's about seeing the whole playing field.
First up, let's just understand the business model here. Ads are coming to chatbots. And look, I know nobody loves ads, but this chart shows you exactly why it's inevitable. To avoid a world where only the rich can afford the best AI, there has to be a free, ad-supported option. That ad revenue is what makes powerful AI accessible to billions of people.
Second, let's talk about robots for a second. The hype is massive, but the timeline, it's long. Yeah, AI already powers things like warehouse robots and some autonomous taxis today, but functional, humanoid robots walking around in our daily lives? According to experts at MIT, we're still at least 15 years away from that.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's pretty simple, actually. While all the headlines are focused on white-collar knowledge work getting disrupted by software today, the transformation of blue-collar physical work is going to happen on a much, much longer timeline. The physical world is just harder and a lot slower to change than the digital one.
As we wrap up our week, I really want to leave you with this thought from Wharton professor Ethan Mullick. This moment we're in, it isn't something to be feared. It's a moment of absolutely incredible opportunity. Because everything is so new, so messy, guess what? Nobody is an expert yet. The entire playing field is being leveled.
And with that, you have completed the 5-day challenge. You chose a tool, you mapped a workflow, you tried something impossible, you organized your context, and you took a look at the bigger picture. Look, the goal was never to become a master in a week. The goal was simply to start. And by getting to the end of this, you have taken the most important step of all.